I always keep these empty matchboxes when I used up all the matches inside, because I always think they have such a super fun size. And today I want to decorate one of these matchboxes and make a little collage inside. Hi, I'm Susanne from Susie's Journal Adventure, and welcome to a new adventure in and with my journals. These are from IKEA, but I guess you get them in a lot of other shops in this size. They are 11 centimeters by 6.5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. In the beginning, I went through my stash of papers looking for some that I wanted to use in the matchbox, but yeah, you will later on see that I won't use any of them at all. So I think that's enough, because of course I also have maybe 3 baskets full of paper and fabric scraps, and I want to use some of my scraps as well. And I have this here laying on my desk, and I want to use this as well. I mean, I have more things laying on my desk, obviously. Well, let's start by adding the first layer. And I guess I'm starting by decorating the inside. And at first I check if this is secured. No, it is not, so I just glue this down. And in the next step, I want to add a layer of this. I won't be able to add many layers because this still has to fit inside of this outer box. So I guess one layer on the outside has to be enough. On the inside we can go in with more layers, of course, but here, yeah, this has to fit in the end. So I'm cutting this down. And then I will at first cover this with my Liquitex matte gel. This is perfect for collaging materials and for this kind of project. I just apply it with my brush. So I fold this up, then I go in here. I fold this side up as well. Make sure that this is a nice crease in here. And I will do the same here. This is how it looks like. I have nice edges here. And let's see if this still fits in here. Okay, this closes really tightly now, but it works. You won't be able to add another layer here on the outside. This would be too tight and it won't work anymore. You can't close it. But this way it's still okay. So in the next step, I want to decorate the inner of this box. The idea is to work with one of these paper dolls, and I really must admit, I have to mention, this is no advertising, but I really love working with these. These are the mini paper dolls from Tim Holtz, and I love adding these to my projects. I love adding them to modern elements, neon colors, etc. I love the contrast that always evolves when I create and combine these elements. And I already picked some. By the way, they have the perfect size to fit in here, all of them. I could use all of them. They are perfect for these matchboxes. And I already picked these two ones. Oh, I love this. I love these two ladies. Let's work with these two ladies. And in the end, I want to have these two ladies and probably a quote and have the whole thing kind of dimensional. So I will, in the next step, add, of course, some paper scraps inside. And for the first layer, I want to use a book page from this book because the pages are thinner than, for example, this book page. And I can work with them better when it comes to folding and gluing them down. As you can see, I'm not measuring anything. I always avoid measuring if it is possible. So I add my matte gel medium again. As you can see, I'm not being precious with the paper. I always love a grungy look. I mean, I want it to look beautiful in the end, of course, but I don't care if there are wrinkles or anything. If you don't like this, you can cut the edges before you do this, was what I do now. I glue down everything, and you can also go over the paper with your matte gel. The matte gel medium is not shiny, it dries matte. So this is perfect for collaging. I will ink the edges here in the end because at the moment this is white. So this is what it looks like now. The glue has almost dried. I think we can work on. And before I add the ladies, I want to add, of course, some more layers on the background. And I have this tag in my stash that I made a while ago, and I think I want to decorate this tag with fabric scraps and paper scraps. So this really bugs me, but somehow I lost all of my audio footage and now I have to make a voiceover. So here you can see me playing around with fabric and paper scraps and looking how I want to collage them on the tag. And this is how I want my tag to look like in the end, and I will sew over the cluster and around the tag in the next step. So this is what the tag looks like. I went around with a messy stitch. Yeah, I really love all the threads and the messy look. And here we can already see how it will look like in the end. And as I want to have it really dimensional, I'm using this cardboard. This is a really thick cardboard that you normally would use for book or journal covers. And it is really, really sturdy. So I will cut down pieces that I will then glue together to create a distance between the tag and the box. And now I'm just checking if I want to glue together 2 of the pieces or 3, and I decide to glue together 2 of them. And here I added a 3rd one because I really wanted to have it more dimensional. So here I'm just checking where I want to position the 2 ladies, and I also want to have these more dimensional, so I will add later on pieces of this cardboard behind the ladies as well. And I'm gluing the ladies on the tag before I glue the tag into the matchbox, because this is more easy. And I'm deciding to add a bunched up thread for a little extra texture behind the paper doll. And finally I add a quote and a little fabric scrap. I always love combining quotes or adding them to my projects. So this is how it looks like. And you can really see all the layers. I mean, this does not look very nice when you look at it from this perspective, but yeah, it's really dimensional, and that is exactly how I wanted it to be. And I really, really love it. And in the next step, I want to decorate the outside of the box. And I decided to use the same paper or book page that I've used before, and that I added inside the collaged matchbox. I'm just gluing it down again with my matte gel, and I want to add a little cluster on top. I'm trying to use materials that are cohesive with the inside of the box, and I want to add a handmade paper button on top. And before I did that, I ran the cluster through my sewing machine. And here you can see I added a piece of this turquoise dyed fabric that I used already inside to make it, yeah, as I've already said, cohesive. And now I'm sewing on the paper button on top of the fabric cluster. And in the meantime, the glue has nearly dried, and now I can cut off the excess. I'm inking up the edges for a grungy look. I really love this, especially in combination with the modern elements. And when I see this thread here, of course, I have to add something. And I have these little bells that I will now just attach on the two ends of the thread. So this is how the cluster looks like, and I really love it. It is really playful and so much fun. And I'm just gluing this fabric cluster down in the end. And then the matchbox is finished. So let me show you how it looks like in the end. Aren't these bells so adorable? They just make me smile. I love the combination of the neon pink and the vintage book page. And when you open it, you have this beautiful arrangement. And after I filmed the video, I decided to remove the quote or the sentiment and added some cardboard underneath, as I did underneath the paper doll and underneath the tag. And of course, I couldn't stop. And I made some more. Basically, all of them with the same technique and in the same style. So they are now cohesive and they go perfectly together. Here I added this couple and they look so happy. I just had to add happiness here. Again, I used this color scheme and the fabric scraps here. And the third one. I added these two gentlemen, two gentle hearts. I love it. I love the thread here and yeah, the messy stitching. Yeah, if you're wondering what you can do with these matchboxes now, I mean, they are perfect gifts for Christmas, for a birthday, or any other occasion. You can add the name of the one you want to gift them to here on the box afterwards, or another sentiment here. And you can, of course, display them on your shelf. Isn't this beautiful? So I really hope, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope I could inspire you. And thank you so much for watching again, or for coming back for the next video. And I hope you have a lovely day and see you next time. Bye.